Good morning and welcome back to my channel, Coffee, Chaos, and Couponing. I know it's been a hot minute since I've been on, so let me tell you what's been going on. Life happened. So about 4 weeks ago, my mom fell and basically shattered the femur above her left kneecap. So we've been taking care of Mama in the middle of life. So I haven't been doing a whole lot of couponing stuff here and there, but that's why I have not done any videos in like a month. So, but I do want to hop on here and give you some money saving tips on how I saved money on vacations. So in the middle of all of Mama, we took two girls up to college in Wisconsin, which we're in Delaware. So Wisconsin, that's like an 18-hour drive. It takes us 2 days to get there. And then we usually spend about 2 weeks on vacation before we drop the kids off to school. And that's like our family vacation. Because we have family in the area, but they're like us. They have smaller houses. They don't have place to house us. We usually end up spending about a week in hotels. So it's a pretty expensive vacation. So I just wanted to give you some tips on how to save while on vacation and how I use my Ibotta monies and my Fetch monies and things that I get couponing to help us not spend a lot of money on the road. So anyway, so hang with me this morning and I'll give you some vacation saving tips. Don't mind me. Morning coffee, right? I just told you the chaos. Here's the coffee. Now here's the couponing. So anyway, the first thing I do is when I do my grocery shopping for a trip, I make sure that I get snacks that are car friendly. Now we have a minivan and our minivan has stow and go seats. So we always have room for a cooler in our van when we travel, always. So we take enough drinks and food in our cooler and snacks in our car that we do not have to eat on the road. The only thing we do is the first night we go from here to about Maui, Ohio, is usually about our stop. And we'll eat dinner when we get to the hotel. Oh my word, my dog's in the background. You should see them. They're crazy. Look, let me show you. This is my morning, y'all. This is my morning. Say hello, girls and boys. But they're literally like jumping on top of each other while I'm trying to do this. They're almost worse than kids, but they're cuter. Anyway, so I make sure that the foods and stuff I can get couponing. And I start usually about a month before our vacation. I start looking for snacks and I start looking for deals so that I don't have to purchase anything full price, because I hate paying full price. I'll use my Walgreens cash from my deals at Walgreens to purchase snacks. I got my chips from there this time. I got the Cheez-Its from there because they were a buy one, get one deal. I think like the week before we left. And so I'll use those monies that I have saved up throughout my couponing and all that. And I will use that then to purchase my snacks. I had CVS rewards to use, so I used that for some things. I used my Rite Aid money for some things. That way I also know that things like the Rite Aid bonus cash expires and the ECBs from CVS also expire. Any register awards you might have from Walgreens that will also expire. I make sure all those have been used before I go because we were gone for 2.5 weeks. That's a long time. That's enough time to have things expire. So I make sure that I start from scratch when I get back from vacation with all those monies. I think I still have like my Care Pass from CVS to use, but that doesn't expire till the end of this month. So I knew I had a couple weeks to use that, but everything else I'm starting from scratch. So that being said, that's how I save money on the food part of things. Gas part of things. So there are several gas apps out there. I haven't really found one that I love. Anyone has one that they love, that they save a lot from, shoot it in the comments of this video. I'd love to look it up. I found a couple. It saves you a little bit here and there, but not more than the gas rewards programs that I use. So I will do all my other shopping, whatever else I do need, and I do it from Acme. So throughout, again, I start this a month before I go on vacation. And any of my grocery shopping, my Acme gives us, and it's Acme, Safeway. It's part of the Albertsons chain. So if you have an Albertsons by you, I think someone said Jewel was also owned by them, but I don't know about that. Anyway, check your local grocery stores. They almost all of them around here, except for a couple, have gas programs. In fact, I think Food Lion might be the only one that doesn't. Anyway, but they have gas programs. So if you spend like $100 in groceries, you get like 10 cents. And then they'll have like promotions each week that that'll have, buy this product, get 2 times the rewards, that kind of stuff. Or they'll send me, Acme will send me a lot of times, get 2 times the gas rewards when you buy produce or meat and all that kind of stuff. And so I clip those to make sure I get the most out of my gas rewards. So by the time we went on vacation, I had 60 cents off a gallon. So I made sure my car was on empty. I mean, like rode in the gas station on fumes. And I filled my car up. And I filled my car up for what's gas here now, like $3.39. So 60 cents off of that. So like 270. Maybe it was even like 250 at that point in time, because I think it was a little bit lower before we left. So anyway, so I saved 60 cents a gallon on my very first tank. Now that is the only thing I saved. But then I went to my rebate apps. Ibotta, Fetch, Shopkicks, my Swag Bucks. Now, the one thing to keep in mind, Swag Bucks and Fetch, you have to request your rewards at least 2 to 3 weeks in advance. So again, I start this a month before my vacation. And I know at the places we go, because I've done this is my 5th year doing this trip. So we know what's along the way and what restaurants and stuff we're going to come across. We know what coffee places there are. Oh, excuse me. Good morning, right? So anyway, we know what's along our way because we've done this trip several times, and we still have, I just dropped 2 off. So this is my oldest last year, but it's my middle child's first year. So we still have a couple of years where we're doing this. I think she's planning on only going for a couple of years, but still, we still have at least another year or 2 of doing this. And we do this again in May when we pick them up. So again, we've done this trip so many times. I know what's along the way. So I will go to my apps, and like I know in Maumee, there is a Texas Roadhouse. So I get a $100 gift card to Texas Roadhouse. We ate at Texas Roadhouse. It cost me $0 out of pocket. Didn't cost me anything for our family to eat dinner. We ate lunch on the road because, again, I got that lunch meat, and it's not always junk. Everyone's like, oh, you probably just always eat junk because, how can you eat healthy on the road? Okay, I get lunch meat and I get cheese. Sometimes the kids will pack bread and they'll make sandwiches in the car. I just eat the lunch meat and the cheese. I'll get those cheese sticks with the meat sticks. We'll eat those. I get actually Walgreens had a sale on what was it? Sorry, my thoughts are a little jumbled. I haven't had my full cup of coffee yet. The trail mix was like on sale for $1.79. So I got a bunch of those. Trail mixers are good. Nuts, it's dried fruit. If you're on a low sugar diet and stuff like that, it's not great, but it's better than, candy and stuff like that. But anyway, so I got a bunch of those, and I used Walgreens cash to pay for it. So it didn't cost me anything out of pocket for all the snacks I brought, all the drinks I brought. None of that cost me money out of pocket because I bought it from places I had money stored up. So then I made sure I got several Dunkin' Donuts gift cards from different apps that I use, and I got a couple of Starbucks gift cards from apps that I use because those are the coffee places that we pass and visit while on the road. And my daughter, my oldest, is a big coffee drinker. My husband is a big coffee drinker. I'm a coffee drinker in the morning. I'll have like my 1 cup of coffee, and then I'm kind of pretty much done for the day. But this way, along the way, when we stopped for gas or whatever, we made sure we were at a rest stop with one of those in there. We also had Panera. We're part of their SIP club. So It's like $11.99 a month you pay, but then you get unlimited drinks from them. I can get a free drink from Panera every 2 hours all day long, every day of the week. So anytime we passed a Panera or something like that, we could stop and get. My husband has it as well, so we could get two drinks. But either way, that's another way to save money, is to be part of these places' programs, and that way you're just not putting it out of pocket. I mean, I pay $11.99, and I paid my year up front. They send me extra coupons. They send me extra deals because I'm part of the SIP club. Um, I use gift cards from, like, we actually ate when we finally got to our destination, because we had a wedding we were going to, and we went to there. So anytime we had to eat out, I made sure I had a gift card for a place I knew was there. We ate at Panera one night. We were gonna eat at IHOP and then ended up not eating at IHOP. I had Cracker Barrel. I had all the different places that I knew were around me here at home, that also that I would pass on the road. So if I didn't use those gift cards, they're not going to waste. I'm just going to use them here at home now. So I have a couple nights now where I don't have to cook. I can just go out to dinner and use those gift cards. I usually do them in $50 increments. Excuse me. My goodness, y'all. I'm telling you. Okay, so what else? That's food. So that's how I save on food. Now, Ibotta and Shopkicks, I can do like last minute. Like, I was really wanting to eat. There's a place called Fazoli's, and I think it's on Ibotta. I can get a gift card for that, and it's a wonderful, like, kind of fast food Italian place, and it's just something we grew up with, and so we wanted to go, and never did pass one close enough. But if I had wanted to, and we could get to one close enough without adding a ton of time to our trip home, then I could have just gone on Ibotta, gotten my gift card, and within 10 minutes I would have had that. So Ibotta and Shopkicks are the ones that you can do last minute like that. So if you're not sure what's on your trip, just focus maybe on those two apps, storing up your money and stuff like that. And again, my apps now are down to almost zero. So now I got to start over, but that's what I do. Then I start over with my couponing and putting my monies back up, and then I can use them at Christmas time for gift cards for people. I can store them up for May when I go to pick my girls back up. And there's all sorts of different different ways to use those monies. That's just how I do it, because that's what saves my family the most money. So anyway, so that's food. Hotels. Hotels are so expensive. Oh my goodness. Most of the hotels that I found were like $150 a night. That's insane. And we stayed in a hotel, let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Monday. We stayed in hotel for 7 nights. No, 8 nights. 8 nights total. We were gone for 2.5 weeks. We stayed actually with family and friends for about over a week. So the number one tip, if you have family and friends wherever you're going, look to stay with them. Family and friends save you a ton of money on hotel rooms. But how do you save money on hotel rooms? Not a whole lot out there, right? So we usually stay at the Comfort Inn and Suites, their chain of hotels. Now, the hotels that I've stayed in this trip have been phenomenal. We always look for hotels with free breakfast. We never stay in a hotel without free breakfast. That alone, now we have 5 people in our family, that alone saves me over $50 in food. Because by the time, even if you go to McDonald's, guys, for breakfast, first of all, you're getting crappy food. You're getting tons of calories in that food. It's not good food. But I mean, even a McDonald's sandwich is like, what, $4 or $5 by the time you get done, and that's times 5. So right there, that's like, what, 5, that's $25 right there. Plus you're talking then coffee, and it's so expensive. It's so expensive. And then if you want a decent breakfast, it's going to cost me at least $50 after food and tips to go to a place like Cracker Barrel. Even though I can get the gift cards, we just choose not to use that, to use our funds for breakfast. So we will always get a hotel with breakfast. The food is free. It's not the best food. However, Every hotel I stayed at, except for the exception of one, had eggs and some kind of meat. Sometimes it was bacon, sometimes it was sausage. The one hotel had biscuits and gravy the one night or the one morning, and then they had the eggs and the bacon as well. So I made a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. It was like McDonald's, but it was free. And their coffee, they have coffee in the machines at some of these Comfort Inn and Suites. I'm telling you, I'm so impressed with this line of hotels. I will probably never stay anywhere else. If you know anyone who knows somebody, we get a family and friends discount when we stay at these hotels because my husband has an acquaintance. It's actually a client of his. He's a commercial producer. And it was a client of his that he did a commercial for. And he happened to mention one time that we were going on vacation. And this guy's like, hey, I work or I'm affiliated with this chain of hotels. I'll give you the friends and family code and you can get a discount on the hotels. Guys, sometimes it knocked my bill down to like $60 a night. I think the most I paid for a hotel on this trip was $93, and that was in Crystal Lake. And they did not take the friends and family discount. This was a Comfort Inn and Suites. And my husband simply called. They were actually one of the most expensive. And my husband called them and said, hey, this is Crystal Lake, Illinois. Why are you guys so expensive? There's like, guys, there's nothing to see there. There's like no amusement parks. There's no like touristy stuff. It is not a touristy area. And he's like, why are you guys so expensive? And they've really jacked their prices up there. The last couple, I'd say probably last 5 years we've been up there. They've really jacked their price up. And the guy's like, I have no idea. Let me see what I can't do for you. So he took a $165 room and got it down to $93 for us. And he's like, how's 93 for the night? And we were there for 2 nights. My husband's like, perfect. So we took that because my father-in-law literally lives like 5 minutes from that hotel. And so we're able to go and see him very easily. He can come to the hotel and not have to drive far to see us. So for us, it was worth not going out, and everything else outside the area was at least that. So it always helps to call your hotels and say, hey, we're going to be staying in the area. Is there anything you can do to knock this price down for us so that we can stay at your hotel? Especially if you're traveling in the off season, like August is off season and everybody's traveling, school starting, their numbers are down in the hotels. So for us, it's a good time to travel. But always call your hotels. But again, if you know anybody that works for hotels or you know anybody who has a relative that works for hotels, ask them. The worst they can do is say no. No, we don't have anything for you. Sorry. Sometimes we've been told that. But check into it. Your family and friends, your acquaintances, people that, people from local. I mean, if you have your local hotels, go and ask them, hey, do you have a friends and family program? Ask around. A lot of these places do because they want your business. So that's how we save on hotels. It still costs us or like I said, our cheapest one was like $62 a night, but that particular hotel had a pool and a hot tub. It had a little kiddie area that had like slides and stuff in the water. So they had like a little kiddie water park. They had a phenomenal breakfast. The rooms, and we have 5 people. So we get the suites. We had 2 queen beds and a pull-out double couch in all of our rooms. So everybody had a bed. So we had a big queen suite at these hotels. My average cost on hotel was between $75 and $80 a night, which for a queen suite, again, these are $150, $160 rooms that I got for $75 to $80. So do yourself a favor. Figure out who you know who knows people who work for hotel chains. I know the Comfort Inn and Suites has their friends and family program. I don't know how often they give out codes, but again, this friend of my husband's is been very gracious in giving that to us anytime that we ask. So look into that. What else? And the free breakfast, of course, that helps. Trying to think what else. And I guess that's pretty much it. We stay with friends and family. Like we were actually supposed to stay 4 days in Crystal Lake. We ended up going up 2 days to stay with Donnie's sister because we knew, it's like another $200 in hotel room costs that we really didn't have. So, we're like, hey, my husband has family around that area. She was up in Wisconsin, and we're like, hey, can we come stay with you for a couple days? Love to see you anyway. It's a way, one, to see family that you haven't seen in a while, and two, to save yourself money as well. Frivolous spending on vacation is so easy to do, so we try not to do that. Make sure that you have a plan. Make sure you have a budget that you want to stick to. We always know when we go up to Wisconsin that there is a cheese factory we want to go to because they have some of the cheeses we like. So we always know we're going to go there and spend at least $100 there. There was actually a brewery that we went to pick up some beer and stuff for my dad. So we knew we were going there and was going to have to put that out of pocket till I got back home for them. So there were places that I knew we were going to go that I would have to put money out of pocket. And I made sure that throughout the year, so I take my stockpile and I sell my stockpile off. And I sell it at my garage sales. I do 2 garage sales a year at my house, and then I do one at my mom's, actually 2 at my mom's, and then I have a friend of mine who also does hers, and I try and do hers. So it's like 6 garage sales a year. And I sell my stockpile at those. The things that I get through couponing that are free and cheap that I don't use, I sell them off at my garage sales, and I take that cash and I put it aside, and that is my vacation cash. So again, this is not coming out of my household budget. This is stuff that I'm getting couponing. So my couponing money pays for my entire vacation. Another way that I save money personally. Now, if you're not wanting to go ahead and do garage sales or put together bundles, you can put them on Marketplace. You can put them online to sell those. If you don't want to do those things, find another way. Take $20 out of your paycheck and put it aside just for your vacations. Set a budget and stick to it. That is a good way not to go into debt while on vacation. So other than that, those are the tips I have for you. I will be back to couponing next week. I start school with my son, so woohoo, we'll be homeschooling, but I'll be doing my videos starting again next week. Again, I know it's been a hot minute, so thanks for sticking with me. And I'll be back to doing my meal of the week. We're still back and forth with my mom, so bear with me. I don't know how many videos I'll get out next week, but I will at least get out something because I will be back to doing my couponing because now I have to build my apps and stuff back up. And most of what I'll be doing now is free to cheap things. I'm not really going after maybe some things that I need that may not be, but most of it's going to be what's free or cheap coming up here. So anyway, I hope you guys had a great, I think it's been like a month, so I hope you guys have been well. Happy school year, because I know people have started school. So anyway, until next time, y'all, I will see you next week then. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch you later. See ya.